To all our investors to our webinar this week. So as we mentioned last time that we would be having webinars on a continuous basis, just as a means to break down our investment products and hopefully provide a lot more understanding around how our investment products work and how you as an investor make your money. So this week we're focusing on the Section 12J cattle investment, and we're going to go in depth in trying to understand how the Section 12J cattle investment works, and hopefully by the end of this webinar you'll have less questions and feel a lot more comfortable around this product. So what is a Section 12J fund? A Section 12J fund is an investment into a SARS approved venture capital company, which is also known as a VCC. A Section 12J investment provides investors with a unique opportunity to invest in a tax-deductible investment vehicle. This is done in efforts to afford small businesses in South Africa market access to equity funding. The South African government has added Section 12J to the South African income tax, and 12J acts as a catalyst for equity funding for those SMMEs. By investing in a Section 12J venture capital company, the investor not only qualifies for a full deduction on the total investment amount from their taxable income in the relevant tax year, but they also indirectly support small businesses in South Africa and allow them to grow. As I initially mentioned, today we'll be focusing specifically on our Section 12J product offering, and we'll go in depth in understanding how our product offering actually works. The key terms around a Section 12J are the fact that you'll still be participating in the buying and selling of cattle with our partner farmer, that being Beefcor. The investment term is 5 years, which means that when you're investing through a Section 12J investment, your money will be locked in for a period of 5 years. There is an option for early withdrawal. However, this will come at a cost where SARS will claw back whatever tax incentive or benefit they initially gave you. There's a tax benefit related to this investment, and that tax benefit is up to 45% of the initial investment made through a Section 12J. The structure allows us to provide a cash dividend of 10% per annum, and the targeted total returns are 20% per annum. In essence, the investor will benefit from both having a tax deduction or saving and also a return on the investor's full investment over the 5-year period. So how it works. I think in understanding how it works, we'll first understand what we're investing in. As mentioned, the Section 12J cattle investment is still invested in the buying and selling of cattle. And that process follows a very similar process to our flagship cattle investment. We'll raise funds from our clients. Once those funds are raised, we'll deploy those funds to our partner farmer, that being Beefcor. Beefcor will be responsible for sourcing and finding the cattle. And once those cattle are on the farm, Beefcor will mend to and look after those cattle, fatten them up in order for them to get to the correct weight. This is done normally over a 120-day period. And after the 120-day period, that's when the cattle will be ready for sale into the market. Once the cattle are sold into the market, then those proceeds will be used to purchase more cattle, and this process will be repeated over a period of 12 months. Now, it's very important to notice that this period is repeated over 12 months, and at the end of each 12 months, through the Section 12J investment, we will issue an annual dividend of 10%. Thereafter, all the money that's remaining will be reinvested, and this will be repeated for a period of 5 years.
So how does the tax work? So by way of illustration, if you as the investor invest R1 million into the Section 12J fund, and we'll assume that you are in the highest tax bracket in South Africa, which is 45%, you as the investor will receive a tax credit from SARS of 450,000 Rand upon submission of your tax returns at the end of that year. So effectively, as an investor, your risk exposure will only be 55% of the funds that you invested, and you'll be earning your return based on 100% of those funds. So in this regard, in this illustration, you'll be earning a return on R1 million, but what will be exposed from a risk perspective is only 550,000 Rand. So who do we partner with in order for us to be able to provide this type of investment? So if you are aware of our other flagship product being the cattle investment, we partner with Beefcor. Beefcor is one of the largest feedlots in the country. Also highly mechanized farm. They're based in Bronkhorstspruit, and they have capacity of up to 30,000 heads of cattle. And they have a management team that's extremely experienced. So with regards to the partnership with Beefcor, this is a company that we have worked with before, and we've worked with over some time now. So we have a very good and strong relationship. And also the benefits of partnering with Beefcor is that besides them being highly mechanized, they're also quite integrated. So it's not just the feedlotting operations that they have control over. They also own the abattoir operations. And through the partnership, we actually benefit quite a lot from a cost saving when cattle have to move through different processes. So how do we bring this product to market? So SV Capital is not a VCC. We've partnered with a VCC called Fundamental. Fundamental is a company that's run and founded by these 6 gentlemen that you see here. So Fundamental provides entrepreneurs with robust funding structures that enable investors to take advantage of the Section 12J incentive. So the Section 12J incentive gives individuals, companies, trust the ability to write off 100% of their investments against the taxable income in the year that they invest. So this is what Ayanda was mentioning earlier. Fundamental allows the investor to subscribe to a distinct share class and ring-fences the underlying investment. And in this case, the underlying investment is the investment in cattle, and they will be a specific share class for this investment. And when you invest, you then get allocated shares from that share class. As I mentioned, these are the guys that run Fundamental, and you can feel free to check out their website or scan this QR code here on the right if you want to see if you want to read any questions or any FAQs based on Fundamental. The additional partners, how did we come about putting this together? So the company that actually, the qualifying company is AgriFund. It's a company called AgriFund, which is essentially where the shares are going to be issued. They're going to be issued from a company called AgriFund. SV Capital being the alternative asset specialist, which is us. Section 12J specialist being Fundamental VCC. Our farming specialist is Beefcor, and regulatory and tax compliance is Moore. And from a legal specialist is Fluxmans. When you invest in a 12J structure, there's an upfront annual fee of 2%. And that 2% is based on the funds that you invested. So if you're investing R1 million, it's 2% of the R1 million. There's also a performance fee on the funds. What that means is that we have set a benchmark, and should we surpass the benchmark, we share in 20% of the return above the benchmark. So for example, if the benchmark that we've set is 10% and we manage to achieve a 15% return, the first 10% goes to you as a client, and the remaining 5% we split with you, where we would take 20%, and as a client you receive 80% of that 5%. So who can invest in a 12J? So individuals can invest, trusts, and companies. So if you have any questions with regards to the webinar that we've just put together or on the 12J structure, please feel free to contact us. You can contact us by giving us a call on 011-568-3490 or sending us an email to admin@svcapital.co.za. And if you'd like to apply for this product, all you have to do is go under our products, select 12J, and you will actually have an application form on the right-hand side. And you can complete the application form. And from then onwards, the process is quite straightforward. You'll receive an email of the banking details. Once you have sent us the funds, we will then send you all the documents that you need to sign in order for you to get your share certificate. And we'll then inform you with regards to how the investment is going on a regular basis. Thank you very much for your time. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. We are always very happy to assist.